So he posted a link to, it says 50 Cent reportedly developing a Surviving T.I. and Tiny documentary.
50 Cent just previewed a documentary centered on T.I. and Tiny Harris, and it's packed with heavy accusations. After removing his Instagram post about the project, many people assumed he was just trolling. But instead, he came back and shared what appears to be the most explosive segment. Now, reports suggest T.I. hasn't been acting like himself lately. Here's everything that's come out so far. Let's take a closer look. The documentary reveal and T.I.'s response started gaining attention on March 5, 2026, when 50 Cent took to Instagram with a surprising post, only to delete it later that same day. The upload referenced a report claiming he was developing a documentary titled Surviving T.I. and Tiny. In the caption, Fifth mentioned how he went silent before releasing his previous documentary and directly warned T.I. that questions about his alleged 20 sexual assault cases would be brought up. He even suggested T.I. should consider contacting a crisis PR team. Although the post didn't stay up for long, it had already spread across the internet.
He posted it on his page.
Well, it ain't on there now. Did he take it off?
Yeah, he deleted it.
He put it up and then took it down, and everybody grabbed it.
The post was deleted, but the controversy had already started spreading. Within hours, every hip-hop blog, gossip outlet, and YouTube channel picked up the story and pushed it everywhere.
Everybody grabbed it.
So he basically, he shut the internet down today just showing that I ain't done with this yet.
Outlets like the Jasmine brand, Ice Cream Convos, and Hip Hop Democrat all jumped on the story immediately. Gossip commentator Tasha K had already been claiming as early as March 1, 2026, that 50 was quietly working on something while tensions were building. Once that deleted post surfaced, it gave every major outlet a reason to amplify the narrative. 50's caption clearly connected this project to his earlier documentary work, framing Surviving T.I. and Tiny as the next move in that same strategy. Even the title felt intentional. It closely echoed Surviving R. Kelly, the 2019 series that brought decades of allegations against R. Kelly into public focus, highlighted survivor accounts, and played a role in his legal downfall. The naming choice didn't feel random. It seemed carefully planned.
50 Cent hints at Surviving T.I. and Tiny, listen at this, documentary, and calls out the rapper over 20 sexual assault cases.
T.I. didn't hold back. He went straight to Instagram and shared a photo with his family. Here's what he wrote in the caption.
It says 50, drop whatever you choose. Just please keep showing the world you're a whore. On Clay. Who's Clay? And you still ain't tell us why you in 4K dick pulling with the smile of a sissy. Pandora's box is ajar, which means open in Spanish. Good luck. You nigga. You suck. P.S. Me and mine till the end of time. It's a trauma bond.
That same day, T.I., also known as Tip, shared a video of himself alongside his son, King Harris, posted up and focused on a new track titled Let Him Know. The record, produced by Pharrell Williams, is set to appear on his upcoming album Kill the King. Here's what the caption said.
I dropped this video and he says, we can go bar for bar, hit for hit, or doc for doc. Either way, all you're going to do is show how much of a you is. Let's play. Nobody fears you over here, boo-boo. And he dropped another freestyle, or some song.
Around March 7, 2026, T.I. released a track titled Trauma Bond, directly addressing the ongoing tension. The lyrics focused heavily on family loyalty, brushing off 50 Cent's documentary move as if it wasn't a serious threat. Even the title made it clear how T.I. was positioning his camp through the situation.
P.S. Me and mine till the end of time. It's a trauma bond.
T.I. carried himself through all of this with zero fear. Bars, captions, challenges, and constant drops. In reality, 50 Cent ended up giving T.I. a major promotional moment right in the middle of his album rollout, and Tip took full advantage of it. But to understand why 50 even went the documentary route, you have to rewind to where the tension really began. This isn't just a 2026 issue. The friction between these two stretches back nearly 2 decades. What reignited everything in early 2026 was a versus battle matchup that 50 Cent never showed up for. But the roots go even deeper, back to 2007 and 2008, when T.I. was hit with a federal gun case after attempting to purchase machine guns and silencers. He eventually accepted a plea deal and served about a year, despite initially facing up to 10. 50 Cent publicly questioned that outcome, echoing what many people were already thinking, that the numbers didn't quite add up unless some kind of cooperation was involved. On the 2008 You So Tough track, he addressed it directly, using the lyrics to throw shade at T.I.'s reduced sentence and push the idea that Tip had worked with federal authorities. That narrative, labeling T.I. as a cooperator, never fully disappeared. Throughout the 2010s, the two mostly kept their distance, trading occasional jabs. In 2011, when T.I. and Tiny Harris were arrested on drug possession charges after his release, 50 took to social media to mock the situation. Still, neither of them escalated things too far. At the time, both had major business moves in play, T.I. with acting roles, the Trap Music Museum, and reality TV, and 50 with ventures like the Power franchise, his broader business portfolio, and G-Unit Film and Television. Then the pandemic shifted everything. When Timbaland and Swizz Beatz launched Verzuz in 2020, T.I. saw an opportunity. On July 6, 2020, 50 Cent's 45th birthday, Tip publicly challenged him on Instagram to a 20-song battle. 50 brushed it off, treating it like a joke, while T.I. continued pushing for it in interviews. The matchup never happened. Fast forward to early 2026, during T.I.'s promo run for Let Him Know, where he appeared on Nightcap with Shannon Sharpe and Chad Okosinko. He brought up Verzuz again, but this time added a twist that shifted the narrative. According to T.I., 50 had actually agreed to do the battle privately. He claimed they were both in Los Angeles pitching TV projects when the idea came up, and 50 was on board. The plan, as T.I. described it, was for him to go public first, with 50 following up to build momentum together.
This just come out of nowhere. Nigga, we were moving around in LA, man, selling some TV shows while we were around each other, man. You know what I mean? I said, what you think about this? Like, you want to do that shit? I said, yeah. He was like, all right, cool. So I told him, I said, well, I'm gonna jump out there first, and then you just gonna jump out there and we'll line it.
But the second T.I. made the move public, 50 Cent vanished. According to Tip, that decision cost 50 every bit of respect he still had in T.I.'s eyes.
And he said, all right. And when I jump out there, nigga act like he ain't know what the f going on. Then that's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Now, it about, oh, you playing.
That detail, 50 agreeing privately, then going silent publicly, gave T.I.'s position real weight. This wasn't just a rapper being dodged on a Verzuz challenge anymore. This was a man who said yes and then acted like the conversation never happened. 50 Cent's response wasn't a press statement or a media tour. Instead, he went on Instagram and posted an unflattering photo of Tiny Harris, a poorly angled shot, clearly selected to embarrass, with a caption telling T.I. to keep his name out of his mouth. Many interpreted it as a direct jab at the entire Harris family. However, marketing expert Karen Civil, who's well connected with Lil Wayne and other major industry figures, offered a different perspective. She pointed out that 50 never actually said anything negative about Tiny. He simply posted her photo and told T.I.
posted a picture of Tiny and said, leave me out of it. Social media T.I. and his whole family took that post as a negative connotation, even though he never specifically said anything bad about Tiny. He just posted her photo and said, stop discussing.
But the Harris family didn't see it through Civil's lens. King Harris dug up old NSFW images of 50 Cent that had been circulating online for years and posted them publicly. Meanwhile, Demani Harris released diss tracks aimed directly at 50's alleged past. T.I. followed up by dropping new records one after another. Reports indicate that police received calls about online threats during this period, showing how the digital feud was spilling into real life. T.I. even went to TMZ to make his stance on the situation official.
Man, the only thing I had to say is very unfortunate, but honestly, I wasn't here to defeat. I was here to defend.
And what 50 Cent was hinting at for that documentary, the 20 sexual assault cases mentioned in his deleted post, goes far beyond any Verzuz disagreement. It's a much darker story than a platform snub. When 50 typed 20 sexual assault cases, he was referencing allegations that first went public in January 2021 and quickly became one of the most damaging periods in T.I. and Tiny Harris's careers. It began on January 25, 2021, when Atlanta entrepreneur Sabrina Peterson took to Instagram to accuse T.I. of pulling a gun on her in front of her children during a past incident. Although Peterson deleted her post, it had already opened the floodgates in the comments, with other women beginning to share their own experiences. Peterson compiled these accounts and shared them via Instagram stories, where they remained visible for 24 hours. A disturbing pattern quickly emerged. Multiple women claimed that T.I. and Tiny allegedly operated a system, inviting women to parties or hotel suites, giving them drinks spiked with substances such as MDMA or ecstasy, and then engaging in sexual activity without consent. Attorney Tyrone A. Blackburn, who represented several of the women, noted that the stories were strikingly consistent. By January 28 to 29, 2021, Peterson had made over 24 of these accounts public. One early anonymous accuser described being spiked after meeting the couple at a nightclub, only to wake up the next morning in pain with no memory of what happened. Across all the stories, a consistent blueprint appeared. The celebrity pull, the VIP invitation, the spiked drink, the blackout, and then the aftermath. Among the most detailed accounts on record was that of a U.S. Air Force veteran, recounting a night that allegedly went wrong in 2005.
T.I. and Tiny have been sued for sexual assault and battery on a woman in a Los Angeles hotel. So the situation, the woman claims that in 2005, she was enlisted in the U.S. Air Force at the time.
According to the lawsuit she later filed, she attended a party at another celebrity's residence and learned that T.I. and Tiny Harris would be at a club the following night. She went to the club, met them in the VIP section, and accepted a drink from Tiny. After that drink, she stated that everything began to go wrong for her.
She said she met T.I. and Tiny in the VIP section, so at this point they're all hanging out in the VIP section. She said she ordered 2 amaretto sours on her own.
She claimed that after accepting the drink from Tiny Harris, she ended up riding to the hotel with T.I. and Tiny, while 2 other women in the car were asked to leave. Once inside the hotel room, she alleged that the situation escalated, and her body began to shut down. She felt dizzy, became heavily intoxicated, and eventually blacked out.
The woman then went to the bathroom to throw up, and she said she blacked out after that. She woke up the next morning.
She woke up in pain, with security escorting her out while T.I. and Tiny Harris were still asleep. And Tiny did not remain silent. On January 29, 2021, their spokesperson called the allegations egregiously appalling and labeled them part of a shakedown campaign. Shortly after, T.I. took to Instagram personally to respond, and here's what he said.
Whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults who into what we into and like what we like. If we want something, we know exactly where to go to get it.
By February 19, 2021, attorney Tyrone A. Blackburn had sent letters to prosecutors in California and Georgia, requesting criminal investigations on behalf of 11 accusers. By March 1, he held a press conference, revealing that more than 30 potential victims or witnesses had reached out to him. That same month, 3 additional women came forward. One alleged she was drugged and assaulted in Miami in 2010, another shared a similar account from Las Vegas, and a third claimed she was held against her while following a party. The LAPD confirmed in May 2021 that they had opened an active investigation specifically into the 2005 Air Force veteran case, while Las Vegas Metro Police received a separate report regarding the 2010 incident. In February 2021, T.I. and Tiny's VH1 reality show was suspended, and the fallout was immediate, hitting from all directions. But what these investigations ultimately produced, or more accurately, what they failed to produce, reveals the real story. This is exactly why 50 Cent's documentary move carries so much weight in the court of public opinion, even when there's little left in an actual courtroom as for the legal proceedings. Every criminal investigation into T.I. and Tiny's alleged conduct ended in the same place. There were no guilty verdicts, nor not guilty verdicts. Every case was shut down due to expired statutes of limitations. In September 2021, the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office declined to file charges in the 2005 Air Force veteran case. The DA's charge evaluation worksheet was blunt. Under California law prior to 2007, the statute of limitations had run out. The office never even reviewed the evidence. The case was dismissed purely on a technicality of time. T.I. and Tiny's attorney, Sean Hawley, described the outcome as a vindication, though the DA's notes told a more procedural story. The clock had simply run out before the merits could be examined. Las Vegas Metro Police reached the same conclusion for the 2010 incident. No charges were filed. Potential investigations in Georgia and Florida, initiated by Blackburn's letters, never resulted in formal indictments either. No federal charges emerged. Commentators covering the beef have generally been straightforward about what this
It's come to
legal
my
record
attention that
actually
everyone's calling me a
signifies.
Situation with T.I. and Tiny, like it says, no criminal charges was ever filed. They were
When
investigated
millions
but
of
never
people are
arrested
watching.
for those
I mean, who-
allegations. No criminal charges was filed, largely due to the statute of limitations, issues, and lack of prosecutable cases.
With the criminal route closed, the accusers turned to civil court. In January 2024, the same 2005 Air Force veteran filed a civil lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court. The case was brought under California's Sexual Abuse and Cover-up Accountability Act, a 2022 law that created a revival window for civil claims where the usual statute of limitations had expired, provided there was evidence of a cover-up.
What that allows victims to do, that it gives adult survivors more time to file lawsuits in cases where, like, the statute of limitations would have expired.
T.I. and Tiny Harris moved the 2005 Air Force veteran's civil case to federal court in March 2024 and filed a motion to dismiss in June 2024. They argued the claims were time-barred and that the complaint lacked sufficient facts to trigger the revival statute, specifically claiming no qualifying cover-up by a legally responsible party had been established. On August 8, 2024, U.S. District Judge Cherilyn Peace Garnett sided with T.I. and Tiny, dismissing the lawsuit entirely. The dismissal was without prejudice, allowing the plaintiff to amend and refile, though as of March 2026, no amended complaint has appeared publicly. Separately, the defamation lawsuit T.I. and Tiny filed against Sabrina Peterson, whose 2021 Instagram post initially brought the allegations to light, has been progressing through the courts. Peterson responded with a countersuit for defamation, trade libel, and emotional distress. In June
I don't think Netflix is gonna give him no deal on no T.I. documentary.
Last time you thought
I don't think so. The demand is not as high for a T.I. documentary.
50 Cent didn't respond to T.I.'s flurry of new tracks directly through his own music. Instead, his reply came via the theme song for his Starz series Power Origins, featuring Leon Thomas, which dropped on March 6, 2026. The track contained indirect shots, bars about people needing to learn to leave him alone, and lines calling out those who sacrificed self-respect chasing attention, without ever mentioning T.I. by name.
So 50 drops a theme song for one of the shows and disses T.I. Let's hear it. Your daddy made your mama eat every box in Atlanta.
That particular bar, widely interpreted as targeting King Harris rather than T.I. directly, highlighted the strategy 50 Cent was choosing. He wasn't stepping into a rap battle with Tip. Instead, he used a TV property to deliver subtle shots, keeping his hands clean while letting the documentary threat do the heavy lifting in the public sphere. Observers and academics alike noted the move clearly.
You expecting 50 to really compete, like, musically? I don't know. Maybe I'm being biased because I'm like, bro, there's nothing that I would think 50 would respond to.
Meanwhile, T.I. was dominating the timeline. Tracks like War, The Right One, Lessons, Made Man, Let Them Know, Trauma Bond, and his final album Kill the King, what Tip has said will be his last project, were all being released amid the chaos. The beef was fueling the rollout in ways no marketing budget could replicate. T.I. admitted he had one real regret in all of it, watching his son King Harris take things to the extreme, including putting 50 Cent's late mother on a t-shirt. In multiple interviews, T.I. said that was the line for him.
I said that's enough. Really, I said that's enough when I seen that t-shirt. I said, man, this is enough. That's it. I said, man, chill out, bro. Chill out. Because again, I'm big on treating people the way I want to be treated.
Right.
I don't be out here just doing unto others in ways I don't want to be done.
When TMZ approached T.I. to explain what all of this was really about, his response was brief, clear, and consistent with everything he had been putting out since the very beginning.
The only thing I had to say is very unfortunate, but honestly, I wasn't here to defeat. I was here to defend. I'm just happy that the women and children in my family know that there's a line of men that's ready to stand and protect from whoever against whoever.